Hello students, welcome to class 8. I will be taking your history class along with Hema ma'am. Now you people have to make two copies, one for Hema ma'am, another one for me, and you will take down the notes from the PDFs that will be provided to you along with the videos in the respective copies. Now your syllabus for the first unit exam begins from chapter 2. Probably you all have got the books or you are in process of getting the books. The name of the book is History and Environment, History of India. We are going to study about the history of India right from the beginning of the British rule in our country till the end of the British rule. That means near about 200 years span we are going to learn about the history of our country. Now the name of the book is I have already said, History and Environment or History of India, class 8. Shochindranath Mondal. The book is written by the writer Shochindranath Mondal, and your lesson begins from chapter 2, which is the rise of the regional powers or kingdoms. Now we know that before the coming of the British, our country was ruled by the Mughals. The Mughals have come from outside, from Central Asia, and they settled down in our country and they ruled for a long time. Now, the last great Mughal ruler, that was Aurangzeb, he died in the year 1707 AD. And the successors after him, who had become the Mughal emperors, they were very weak and incompetent. Hence, the regional territories that were under the administration of Subadar or the Jagirdars, they started declaring their independence, and slowly all over the country, all over the Mughal empire, the regional or smaller independent states started to develop. It had happened in Bengal, it had happened in Hyderabad, it had happened in Karnataka, it had happened in Maharashtra. So in this way, many regional kingdoms started to develop, and they did not have any unity amongst each other. They were always fighting to get the political control. During that time, during the rule of Emperor Jahangir, the Europeans had started to come to our country, and they had taken a great interest in developing trade relationship with our country. And so they started to take permission from the Mughal emperor to set up the trading centers. Different countries had come, the East India Company, the British East India Company, the French East India Company, then the Dutch people had come, Portuguese had come, the Danes have come. So they had come and they had settled down in various parts of our country and set up their trading centers. Now, taking advantage of the political disintegration in our country, the British, they had the knack to spread the British imperialism. That means the British rule in other parts of the world. They had set up their colonies in the continent of America. They had set up their colonies in the continent of Africa. Various parts of Asia were under control, and they found India a very profitable place to set up the colonies. So, seeing that the Mughal power was declining and the regional powers had developed, and these regional powers did not have any unity among them, they were always fighting against each other. The British started to expand their political and economic control. Besides the trade and commerce, beside developing trade and commerce in Indian territories, they started to spread their political control over the territories of India. And the first place that got their attention was Bengal. And Bengal had become independent under Nawab Murshid Quli Khan. Murshid Quli Khan was the first independent Nawab of Bengal. He declared the province of Bengal independent under him, coming out from the Mughal Empire. And after him, when the British started to develop their foothold in Bengal, during that time it was the rule of Nawab Ali Vardi Khan. Now, after the death of Aurangzeb in 1707, many Mughal emperors started to ascend the throne. Now, one of them was Farrukh Shiar, who had granted a farman, a royal order, in the year 1717, and allowing the British East India Company to lease out the three villages, Kolkata, Gobindapur and Sutanuti, from the Zamindar Shaborna Roy Chaudhuri. And you people are very much familiar with this name. You can visit the ancient home of Shaborna Roy Chaudhuri at Borisha. So, Shaborna Roy Chaudhuri had leased out the three villages to the British East India Company. The British official, the East India Company official Job Charnock had acquired this lease. The Farrukh Shiar Farman had also allowed the British East India Company to perform duty-free trade, dastak. It was a permit, it was a piece of paper, a permit issued to the company officials who had the permission from the Mughal emperor to import and export their goods without paying any tax. So the British officials had started to take this for granted, and they started to misuse the dastak. Besides the dastak and the lease for the three villages, the company was also allowed to rent the adjoining territories around Kolkata, Gobindapur and Sutanuti, as well as purchase 38 more villages as their zamindari. Only the payment of rupees 30,000, 3,000 per year. and they were also allowed to use their use their currency rupee all over the Mughal Empire. They were allowed to mint the coins from the Murshidabad mint, which was under the control of the Nawab of Bengal, but the company was allowed to issue coins from the Murshidabad mint. So all these facilities were given to the British East India Company by Farrukhshire's Farman in the year 1717. Now next we will learn about the conflict between the then Nawab Sirajuddaula and the British East India Company, and that we will do in the next class.